On January 24th. This is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023, at 5:30 p.m. The regular recording notification, if anybody's going to tape or record this, you have to inform the chair, and I'm the temporary chair. Next, is there any public comment? Hearing none, moving on. Public announcements. Is there any minutes to review?
That's way
No,
down.
that's way down the
That's a
bottom.
new business now.
Okay then.
Yep.
It's a little different than mine.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
That's,
switched it
that's
up.
fine, all right. So on number 3, it's presentation and requests. The Family Pantry of Cape Cod is coming with a recreational proposal. So
How would you like us to begin, or how would you like?
would you both identify yourselves, please, for the record?
Sure.
Come up into the table if you'd like.
Sure. There we go.
I'm Janet Stolzer, and I'm the program manager over at the Family Pantry of Cape Cod.
And I'm Ann Clark Tucker, and I'm a volunteer who has this idea.
The floor is yours.
Great. So in front of you, you have the presentation that I put together at Eric's request, and to make this more understandable. First of all, are you all familiar with the
Yes.
pantry? Any volunteers here?
My wife.
Anybody else want to volunteer? We'll take.
I'll trade a
anytime.
5-year-old for volunteer.
We're taking high school.
I
So-
volunteer a lot.
So the pantry's 34 years old, and the numbers have changed, so Janet can speak to that. But right now, how many families per week?
So right now, we're serving about 625 families per week. We're up 43% from last year, and we continue to grow. Our volunteers, we have about 426 active volunteers, and then 636 on the roll. We have, what do we call them? Snowbirds and everything that come in and out. So, but right now, we're sitting at 426. The Family Pantry receives just about 36,000 pounds of food from the Greater Boston Food Bank every week. And we're having a hard time keeping up with the demand, but that's our cap. We're one of the top 5 largest family pantries in the state. We realize now that we're coming out of COVID, we're trying to, like everybody else, kind of re-gear, that our volunteers are feeling overwhelmed because of the volume that we're dealing with at the Family Pantry. For example, last Saturday, we served 149 families. So we were serving each family about every 2 minutes. So if you can imagine, it's just like a manufacturing plant. It's the only way I can explain it. The order comes in, it goes in the cart, goes around, comes
Assembly
out.
line kind of thing.
It is,
Yeah.
yes, an assembly.
Yeah, it's very kind of run like the military. We have 16 carts, 16 shopping lists, everything is, and our volunteers are great, don't get me wrong, but they're tired. They're just tired because there's no time there for any social or just goofing around, kind of time, because we just don't have it because of the volume. March 1st, the SNAP COVID bump that was given to family ends. So they go back to probably losing about $1,000 a family. So we know we're going to have another spike of people coming to the pantry. So Ann and I were talking, and we're kind of leading towards trying to get some social activities for our volunteers so that they don't get overwhelmed.
Because we've also had to cancel luncheons and recognitions and everything else.
Yeah, coming
During
out of
this COVID time. And we're still all in mass at the pantry. So even if you're volunteering with somebody, you may not recognize them in the street. And one side benefit of volunteering is you get to meet people you wouldn't have met otherwise, and it kind of connects the community. So we're looking at a tired volunteer workforce, and we were trying to come up with things that they might be interested in doing, and that's why we're here tonight, because like everybody else, there's an interest in playing pickleball.
Big interest, yeah.
More than just an interest.
Yeah.
So we run shifts, Tuesday, Wednesday, all day Thursday, and then Saturday morning. So the pantry volunteers aren't at the pantry working all day Friday,
Right.
part of Wednesday.
Part of Wednesday, all day Friday, and some of them are in Monday. And some come in actually Friday morning because that's when we get our delivery. But for the most part, it's our Friday is our opportunity for some recreational activities for them.
So our kind of ask is we'd like to, and I talked to Eric just a little bit, is to create a small program for the volunteers, because the volunteers are an asset to Harwich, both from what they do and this is who we are. And the ask is, say, 2 hours of the outside pickleball courts, 4 of them, not all of them, and run kind of a pilot program. We don't even know yet how many people we would have interested. And we would be able to take it from there. We have some of our volunteers who are already teaching pickleball, so we could put together a clinic or whatever. We would expect from there some portion of this group would then go off and join the Harwich pickleball players. But we're looking for a relatively short duration, maybe give it a 6 to 8 week try. We know we have weather considerations. Playing out today, I did in the wind, in the cold, but you still can make something happen. So the ask is for a program like you do for the high school kids, I think, at the pickleball.
Well, I
courts.
think that's the gym classes.
The gym classes
So they do
get
their
it.
own thing, yeah.
Yeah, but everybody moves off and
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Our concern about just showing up is there may be too many of us. We have all ages. I'd like to tell my daughter that on Saturday mornings when I'm working, the lady pushing the cart faster than me is 91. So we could have any age come.
Sure.
So the intention isn't to take over the pickleball courts and take them away from anybody. It's to give us a chance to do an outside activity to let our volunteers socialize and learn something. Is there did I not cover something?
Sounds
No,
good.
is there anything else you'd like to add? And
We
then
did-
I'll
and if
open it up to the board.
Okay, and we're happy, the pantry is willing to pay whatever fee seems reasonable, or to have all of our volunteers sign a release, or whatever is most appropriate.
Okay, so I will open it up to the board. We'll start with this gentleman here. Actually, board members, please identify yourself.
Van Cacciadorian.
Leah Mercurio?
Mike Curley.
Dave Nixon.
Now, you folks want to play anytime during the winter months as well?
We're trying to play on a Friday,
Yeah.
would be preferred, because the pantry's not
Yeah.
open for volunteers.
Weather permitting, you want to, yeah.
Weather permitting, I mean, I've been able to play, lots of people have been able to play, and also it helps for the pantry because our volunteers are still masked.
And you want to use the 4 courts that we have?
The beginner courts, you have
Yeah.
8.
The 4
Yep,
courts,
it's 4 out of 8.
right?
Yeah.
You want to use the 4 courts.
The beginning, the ones that are labeled beginners, I
Yep,
think.
yep.
Yeah.
And do you have somebody who can supervise all of this activity?
We have identified 3 of our volunteers who we may lean on heavily
Good.
to do this.
Frank's not here, so.
No.
Yeah,
I think, if I may, I think it's more of just, as long as we're not using it, it's not a big deal. It's almost like open play.
yeah.
But it's reserving that time for them, those 4 courts.
So it's Friday afternoon, Fridays,
Well, we were
2 hours on Friday.
2 hours on Friday.
And
Morning.
Fridays, it's not a problem, like, this time of year, it's not a problem at all.
Right.
Yeah,
If you get into the spring, that's when we start having the program outside.
yeah.
They're there from like 8 to 12. So anything after 12, you could still have, if you wanted it from 4 to 6 or 2 to 4 or something like that.
So we could start it and see how it goes?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not trying to monopolize anything, it's just we don't want to show up with a group
Yeah,
and not
and
be able
as
to
long
play.
as it doesn't like go over our program time, it shouldn't be a problem. It's just a
Okay.
matter of saying you guys have it reserved for those 2 hours, and
Is
there's
it
still
mostly,
4 other courts.
is it
It's not-
mostly our Harwich folks that'll be utilizing it?
Mostly, our volunteers are mostly Harwich, yes.
Mostly our Harwich folks.
I know you
Hold-
said
hold
it's,
on.
oh, sorry.
Vaughn, are you all set?
Again, it was nice of you to suggest that you might want to present us with a little fee or so.
Sure.
I don't know whether or not we want to do anything like that.
I think it would be more like an open play kind of thing. I mean, it would be reserved for those?
But, I mean,
2
with
hours?
a fee structure, I don't think we
Well,
need
let's
to-
not get into that. This is
Yeah.
information on
Yeah,
that, so
we'll
we
s-
can have that discussion
Okay.
among ourselves.
I'm
Bonnie,
done.
you all set?
I'm good.
Leah, you have the floor.
So I know you said a 68-week trial. That's kind of what you're looking at to see what the need is. When is your start date? When are you trying to start? That would be my
We didn't really
question.
have a concrete date. We probably need 2 weeks to rally the troops. So maybe,
We'll
where are
post, yeah, we'll post it on our newsletter, we'll put a sign-up board, we'll see what the interest is, we'll put out some of the rules. One of the rules is, don't take this seriously.
Yeah.
If you want to
Yeah.
be competitive, go someplace else,
Very good.
you know?
Yeah, we
Um,
just want it to be a learning clinic more than
You wanna have
anything.
some fun.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I just second what Eric says. Scheduling is really the only main issue that I would see with it. So if you guys if you could reach out and just say, hey, we have this many people interested, and we're thinking after February, maybe March, when it warms up a little, or April, and
Yeah.
then all of that could work, no
Yeah,
problem.
we could work together to schedule
Okay.
it, yeah.
Well, that would be
absolutely.
great. Maybe not playing February.
February's
what I was
great to
thinking,
play.
yeah.
You get out there and let us know how it goes.
I'm still trying to get an ice skating rink.
Leah, are you all set?
Yes.
Michael?
I'm good. Sounds like a great program. I think working with Eric is a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, thanks, that was easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
we're
easy.
very easy.
Don't you want to make it tougher?
So give me a call and we'll start
Okay.
working it out.
All right,
Yeah,
that
We'll,
sounds great.
we'll get what the demand looks like on
Yeah,
our side.
absolutely.
And do you want us to, because I know in the regular pickleball, you sign a release, like if you fall down.
we'll probably, yeah, it can't hurt to have
Yeah,
a release.
let's
So I
have
can
that.
get you some forms or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, give me a call and we'll work out the details. For
Okay.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
great.
All
And
right.
if
Thanks so
anyone
much
needs,
for your time.
if anyone's looking for a volunteer,
Yeah.
you know,
I
gig.
may hit you up on that, yeah.
Oh, we
What
could
do you
use
take for kids? How old?
16 and up.
16 and up? What if they have a parent with them?
Then they can be a little younger.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as the parent supervises.
Get them working.
I gotta
They're
get my
very
kids
mature
working.
15.
Eric, get 'em
year olds.
working.
Yeah, yeah.
We just lost, because they graduated, some amazing high school kids that
Really?
worked every Saturday.
Yeah.
And they moved like, I'm behind the dairy counter, so
Yep.
they'll move the milk, half gallons of milk in, so they're carting stuff.
If you ever have any like flyers or anything, I can
Yeah.
spread it around to
Okay.
to the kids I know. Yeah.
It'd be
For high
great to
school
get,
wise,
it'd be
yeah.
great to get the kids, and it's kind of a job without a job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, it's good
yeah.
experience.
And there are all of these, some like parent
Yeah. Yeah.
behavior that we keep them all in line.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Lift that box, bring it here.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Now.
I like it.
More exposure, the better.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and just because I've been there and my family's been involved with the pantry almost from the beginning, we now have lines.
I know, I see
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah,
We
unbelievable.
haven't had lines in
Incredible.
maybe ever.
Mm.
Not that the way they are now.
Yeah.
I know our league, as I said, donated a
Yeah.
substantial amount of money to the, you might want to contact some of the senior softball players. A lot of the guys are all retired, they're hanging around doing nothing.
Yeah, right.
You know, you might see if you can get some
Good resource.
volunteers.
Yeah.
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 I'm not speaking out of turn, we're sometimes short men.
I have a meeting Thursday morning with the new commissioner, and maybe I'll talk to him about it.
That would be awesome. So yes, but the good part is those 149 families left with, on average, 5 to 6 full grocery bags. 3 bags are usually, or 2 bags are usually fresh produce.
That's good.
So
great.
last week it was cabbages and pineapples.
Wow.
I know I brought some stuff over last week.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your support, and we'll
welcome.
kind of go
Thank
from
you. Good
luck.
here.
Thanks for what you do.
Thanks,
luck.
Eric.
Thank you for coming, and your
No,
presentation is very well done.
Anyone needs PowerPoints, that's an old old teaching skill.
Here we go.
you.
Okay,
Have a good
thank
one.
you.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, next on the agenda is recreational and maintenance director's report. Eric, you have the floor.
All right, director's report, CPC update. We're just awaiting the decision of the CPC on our applications. New rec employee, we're happy to say that Phyllis Cudmore has started in our 14-hour position. She's blended right in. She's great with the kids. So far, so good. Winter programs are going strong. summer, we're actually sending out our letters, I think, later this week already,
Awesome.
believe it or not.
Awesome.
So it's that time. And then the fencing project, I actually just got a call right before the meeting started that the contract was signed. So that's going forward. I'm gonna call Rad Sports tomorrow to schedule the actual work, but they're ready to go.
Awesome.
So those are my updates, and
Okay,
Question.
let me open it up to the board. Any questions?
Yeah, I have no questions. Again, Eric, we get, once you get that gentleman in, for the fencing,
Yep.
call me because, we have to go down to Memorial and see whether or not he can do any work down.
yeah, and the plan was to have Rad Sports come in, do the Brooks Park project, take a look at the fencing at Senior Memorial, because we went way over on that one, and just see what they can do, you know,
Okay, let me know.
and I'll walk it through with Dan. Yep.
Michael,
I'm good, thanks.
Leah,
Do we have a start date?
For the project?
Yeah.
No, I'll have it tomorrow.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I wasn't allowed to call them until they signed.
Oh,
So,
all right, got
yeah, I
it.
know.
Thank you.
okay, property maintenance, Eric.
I have nothing that sticks out on that one unless there's questions. Nothing, no updates since I sent it out.
Okay, Leah, anything?
No questions on that?
Vaughn,
No, good.
Michael?
Good.
Okay, moving on. Budget report.
Budget report, the revolving fund is at, hold on, I just looked at it, I forget. 66,878.92. The only major expense that we see coming out of there sooner than later is the Brooks Park fencing, that difference of like 5,000 plus. Other than that, it's general expenses for revolving fund payroll, equipment, things like that, but, yep.
Kind of a balance is a leave.
Good.
After you.
Hold on,
pay
Vaughn.
up.
Oh, after the.
Leah,
oh,
go ahead. Any questions?
Same question.
Michael?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Vaughn?
Yeah, just a quick update. What kind of money is available for you? Is a balance in the revolving account?
that's what it's, 66,
66?
just under 67.
Good.
So 66,878. Yep.
Okay, all set, Eric.
Yep.
Next, chairman's report. Chairman's unavailable tonight, so we'll have a report next time. Liaison, Community Preservation Committee. We're in the we're gonna make our final decisions on February 9th for everybody to know, to come and support. So you have all that information.
Quick
Lee?
question,
Go ahead.
are there more requests than money?
Um,
Boil it down.
I can't answer that question. Leah,
Nope, no questions.
Vaughn,
Do you want us, do you want any of us to be there?
it's your choice. It's open meeting. You can come and support.
And then, is it gonna be any more debate, or is it just straight vote?
If there's a question and you're in the audience,
Okay.
you can
I'll
answer
be
the
there.
question.
Yep,
Okay.
just in case.
Yep.
What time is that?
Starts at 6,
Thank you.
Griffin Room. Okay, Facilities Committee, Vaughn.
Yeah, we had a meeting last week, and I think one of the things that we're looking at is, Carolyn's looking at is to come up with some new fees for the use of the rooms and the equipment around here, the building in general. We've asked her to look at come up with some new formula as to how these fees, and how the the rooms are being used. Some people use it for 15 or 20 minutes, and conversely, some people use it for an hour and a half, and they're paying the same fee. So that there's an imbalance in terms of the structure, and we want to see if we can come up with some kind of a formula that is fair to all parties, if you will. There are some other issues that were raised, but we'll hold off on that until we get some more definitive direction from Carolyn. She's doing a survey on some of the things around here, so we'll see where we go with it.
Can I ask you to speak up a little bit?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm done.
Michael, any questions?
I'm good.
Leah?
No.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaughn. Old business, White House Field User Report and discussion. Eric?
So this came about, it was requested months ago, mostly because the highway department was a little concerned about the use of White House Field and overuse of White House Field. And their preference, I wouldn't say that they want nobody else to be on it, but they want to limit other users other than the Mariners and the school. This was just a report to put together like what we've do bring in and what kind of other groups do use it. I don't have mine in front of me, but there are quite a few groups like, baseball clubs at Cape Cod, Babe Ruth, there's Little League groups, there's special events. And personally, I think it's a town field, it's a rec field, and what makes it so special in town is that it's not just the Mariner field, it's not just the school field, it's a field for anybody to use. And it's a lot of groups see it as a special event, especially like Babe Ruth groups. If they can splurge, it's a little more expensive to use it than using Brooks Park, but it's a great thrill for the kids. I know my son's Little League team used it one night, they booked it, under the lights, so I think those kind of things are important to keep. So that's the report, that was what was requested, and it was just kind of an informational thing to see. I don't think there's any vote or anything.
Okay, so let's see if there's any discussion. We'll start with Vaughn.
What was Highway concerned about in terms of the uses of the field, the wear and tear on the field in general?
Yeah, wear and tear. Yep. So
Have we experienced any wear and tear on the field?
I mean, there's always going to be wear and tear. Highway does a great job keeping it up. I mean, the field looks like immaculate.
Right.
But I'd like to keep it going as we have been doing it. We try not to overbook it. We do schedule maintenance days, usually once every 2 weeks, throughout the spring and summer season. That way the Highway can get on there for the full day, do whatever they need to do, give it a rest. But it does get a lot of use, but that's what it's there for.
Now, the the usage of these groups that that have the opportunity to use that field, they do it after the Mariners are done with their program?
Yeah, so we always
We don't
book-
interfere with the Mariners?
No, we always book. So we take all the high school bookings, we take all the Mariners bookings, we fill those out on the calendar, and then whatever's left over.
So this usually happens after the Mariners are done with their program?
Well, it's during their season.
Yeah.
It could be during their season, but just days that they're off.
Okay. All right.
All set, Vaughn?
Yeah, I'm good.
Leah?
No, I just wanted stated that I am in full support of these town groups still using it, 100%.
Yep.
All set, Leah? Michael?
Yeah, no questions, but the same thing, I'd like to see the field get the usage and not be just a, deluxe field for one
Yeah.
or two groups.
Right, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah, that was easy.
Yep. All right, new business. Approval of commission meeting minutes, January 3rd, 2023. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
I don't think I can vote tonight because I wasn't here. I don't know if we have enough to vote on the minutes.
Oh, we don't have enough to vote on the minutes.
Okay.
We don't have a quorum
Sorry.
without that.
Good. Table it till February.
Yep. Okay, other than that,
Wow. You set records.
is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion?
Second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, folks.